led by the starting pitchers. Mitch Talbot started the winning stretch and looks to keep it going. Next on Sports Time Ohio. It's a gorgeous night for baseball here in downtown Cleveland as the Indians are on a 5-game winning streak, and they are the hottest team right now in the American League Central. They'll play host to the Oakland A's tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game weekend series. Welcome into our broadcast along with Rick Manning. I'm Al Pulowski. The Tribe has indeed won 5 straight games, and in no small part to that, some key home runs, and especially, Rick, by Matt Laporta. 3 straight games with home runs.
Well, it's nice to see this young man come up and get an opportunity, and he's filling the bill. I mean, he homered in 3 straight games. They all meant something. Those were response runs in the first 2 games, then a big 3-run homer yesterday. Matt Laporta is starting to get his confidence, starting to swing the bat like people thought he could. And, you know, you don't expect him to hit home runs every time. You just like to see him out there in that lineup getting an opportunity. So he has done it in his, since being recalled.
Well, he's really helped the team with the offense with that long ball. And Mitch Talbot started this winning streak for the Tribe, Rick, back on Sunday against the Cincinnati Reds. He'll try to continue that here tonight and make it 6 in a row for the Indians.
Well, Mitch pitches very well on the road, and you're right. He got this streak started in Cincinnati, pitching a beautiful game. Pitched before that in Cincinnati. It was a 2-1 loss. But at home, his ERA is about 2 runs higher than it is on the road. We'll see if he can continue with his control. He's going to be matched up against lefty Gio Gonzalez, who has had very good numbers against the Indians, and we're going to see if they can go to 6 in a row.
That would be nice. So Gio Gonzalez against Mitch Talbot. We'll have it all for you right here on Sports Time Ohio. Baseball coming up next. And Mitch Talbot, and they'll take on the A's here tonight in Game 1 of this 3-game weekend series, going for their 6th straight win. And there's Mitch Talbot on the hill, and he's looking for win number 9 on the season. Let's take a look at the lineup now for the Oakland A's, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Experience truly great engineering today at your authorized dealer. Coco Crisp, been doing very well since he came back from the DL. He's leading off. Barton's batting second, then Kuzmanov, Suzuki, Sweeney, Cust, who has done very well against the Tribe in his career, as you see. Ellis, Gross, and Pennington rounded out.
Well, tonight's starting pitcher brought to you by the Indians Team Shop, where you get 2 tickets when you spend $50. Mitch Talbot on the mound, making start number 16. And he snapped the Indians' 7-game losing streak in his last start in Cincinnati, going 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run. And the Indians have been on a roll ever since that start. So it has been really nice. The bullpen's been pitching well. Mitch Talbot got it going, and the first time he has ever faced the Oakland A's. So we'll see what he gets a look at this evening. And let's take a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense. Indians' defensive lineup. In the outfield, it's going to be Kearns, Crow, and Chu. On the infield, Peralta, Donald, Nix, Laporta. Mike Redmond gets the start behind the plate tonight. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
And here are the umpires for tonight's game. Rob Drake behind the plate. Joe West at first. Angel Hernandez at second. Paul Schreiber at third. And it is a very nice night here in Cleveland. What a great week we've had.
Oh, it's been fantastic.
So another nice one. It'll be a little bit cool, but we'll definitely take it.
That's not cool. We'll take it as right.
Absolutely.
We got a jacket for you.
Not a cloud in the sky. And Coco Crisp steps in, the former Indian, against Mitch Talbot. And he'll take strike one from Mitch.
Well, you mentioned Coco Crisp. He has been on a tear, hitting over 400. 11 for 27 since he has come off the disable list June 22nd.
Just a bit outside there for Mitch Talbot. 1-1 now to Coco Crisp. The Indians traded to Boston after the 05 season. He found his way to Kansas City and now in Oakland. Two and one now to Cavelli, Lois, Crisp. Coco, of course, for short. Do you know what Cavelli is short for?
Coco. No, I don't. What is it?
Machiavelli. They like the name Machiavelli, so they went with Cavelli instead of...
Now, how did you find that out?
Oh, you know, I always have my sources. That's fouled at the play. 2-2
well, you can
now.
tell me in between the innings, then. I've never heard that name before.
Really? Machiavelli?
Right.
Yeah, short for Machiavelli. Cavelli. Coco's just easier than either one.
That's what his grandmother nicknamed him. I know
Correct,
that.
Yep. Grounder to short. Jason Donald drops it. That's an error. And Crisp is aboard to start the ballgame.
Well, something that the Indians defense have been so good at over this win streak. They only had 2 errors in the last 5 games, and you get the first ball of the ball game where Jason Donald just dropped it. I mean, it's routine in the transfer, and he lost the handle to it. So it'll start off with an error.
So Crisp is aboard now. Always a threat to steal. Derek Barton in the 2-hole today. He was a late addition. Originally in the lineup, Mark Ellis was batting second. He moves down to the 7-hole, and Adam Rosales, who was playing at first base, is now out of today's starting line.
Well, this is where Mitch Talbot, now you got to get that another ground ball. Give your defense a chance to turn it. They've been very good defensively. Pick up your defense. Matter of fact, Mitch Talbot does a nice job of holding the runners. They are just 2 for 10 off him this year.
Barton, hard hit to right field, base hit. Crisp had a hold up, so he'll trot into second base, and now the A's with something going here in the top of the first. Runners at first and second, nobody out.
Well, the late addition, doesn't it always happen that way? This guy was not in the original lineup. It looked like a little cutter there on the inside part of the plate. Elevated a little bit, gets enough of it to get it into right field. So Oakland with a good start after that error. First and second, nobody out.
And now an old friend to the plate, and Kevin Kuzminoff, who was the Indians' 6th-round pick out of the University of Nevada, Reno back in 2003, and came up with the Tribe in 2006. And hitting third in manager Bob Guerin's lineup here tonight.
He's a very good low ball hitter. Likes the ball down. You can tell where he holds those hands. But he has done some damage against the Indians in his career since facing them. And you can see 4 for 8 with 5 ribbies this year.
2-0 now to Kevin Kuzminoff. And Mitch Talbot, Rick, it seems in the first, even the second inning, he sometimes struggles and then finds his groove as the game goes on. It seems like that's happening here once again tonight.
Well, you know, many starters go out there and have trouble commanding early. I mean, rarely will you see them go out and they're right on the edges right from the first pitch. So you've got to get a little feel for it. And Mitch is a feel pitcher. He's not overpowering. He cuts it. He sinks it. He changes speeds. He's been very good on the road this year. His ERA in this ballpark is over 2 runs higher than it is on the road. So hopefully he can pitch around that leadoff error.
2-1 here to Kevin Kuzminoff. Couple aboard, nobody out in the first. He sends that one foul into the stands. And to what you said, Rick, I talked to Mitch last week on the pregame show, Indians on Deck, and he talked about that, finding that rhythm and that feel for those secondary pitches. And sometimes that's not the easiest in the first inning for a starter.
No, it's not. You know, it's one thing when you're a guy that can throw 95 or, you know, get it up there. Well, sometimes you can make mistakes with fastballs and get away with them because it's so fast. He's not one of those guys. He's got to have the location. And he usually works it. I mean, this guy has really shown me something for a first year, a rookie. Leads all rookies with 8 wins. I've seen him get his brains beat in early in his very first start in Detroit. He gave up a lot of runs, but he got him through 5. He finds a way to settle down and get you through usually 5 innings.
Yes, he does.
I mean, his lowest start this year was 4 innings. That was against Boston, and that was unfortunate. That's when the 3 errors were in the 1 inning. You know, in that first inning, right. And he fell behind. But this guy, I mean, he not a lot of emotion, just sits down, and now he's calling out Redmond. Now they may be having a little problem. You remember in his couple of starts ago with Santana behind the plate, they had problems getting on the same page.
And with the runner on second early, of course, part of it could be just making sure they're on the right page with the signs, too. The 2-2 to Kuzminoff, and a good changeup there. Kuzminoff got a piece. Redmond held on. Strikeout victim number 1 for Mitch Talbot.
Check out the sequence. He's going to fall behind here early. Fastball missed. Another fastball inside. He didn't command it. There's a little cutter away he gets him to swing at. Got a pitch right there, and then the good changeup.
So now Kurt Suzuki to the plate with A's at first and second and 1 out here in the first inning. Suzuki, the cleanup hitter here tonight. Talbot making sure that Crisp doesn't wander too far away at second.
This guy here is a solid ball player. You look at him, and he doesn't look like a catcher, but I'll tell you what, he's tough. He brings a very good bat to the plate. Normally, you wouldn't see this guy hitting 4th in any lineup, but he's a solid hitter.
And he takes a strike there, and Suzuki also leads the team in homers with those 10. 26-year-old, born in Wailuku, Hawaii. That went a little bit low. So 1-1 now to Kurt Suzuki. He was the number 2 pick out of Cal State Fullerton back in 2004 for Oakland. Had a chance to go to the University of Hawaii, but wanted to go to the mainland to play, and said he wanted to get more competition going to college baseball. Definitely worked out for him as he's made it to the bigs here and now takes another ball from Talbot, so it's 2-1.
Well, that's the pitch where if the right-handers are patient against Mitch Talbot, that changeup going down and away, and they don't get aggressive, then they'll get a pretty decent pitch to hit. Mitch doesn't have the good slider where he can, you know, a knee buckler where he can get to the right-handers. That's why they hit for a better average against them than left-handers do.
And there's a shot up the middle. Donald, nice diving stop to second for 1. On to first, not in time, but a great diving stop there by Jason Donald to get an out and probably save a run.
Yeah, he helped him out right there. He gave him one early, and he takes one away right there. Good job. Jason Donald picks it back up, gets the out at second base. They're not going to turn it. Suzuki runs really well. That ball was by him. He got it in the glove, but he tried to turn it. They just beat it out at first, but a beautiful play to save a run is right.
And very close at first, but Suzuki safe there. So now the A's have runners at the corners with 2 outs for the right fielder Ryan Sweeney. pitch just off the plate for a ball. So Mitch Talbot, after seeing the first two runners get on, Crisp due to an error, Barton with a single, has come back to get 2 outs here and is an out away from getting out of the inning. And 2-0 now to Ryan Sweeney. And Rick, when you've won 5 in a row, and Mitch Talbot, who's had 2 very good outings his last 2 times out, how big would this be to get out of this first inning without allowing a run? That first inning has been tough for him.
It's always nice to get out, and not give up a run because, as I mentioned, in this streak of 5 games, they've had the lead. I mean, they've been tied a couple of times, but they've never been trailing. So, it's a lot easier to play from in front. He should be out of the inning with the error that led off this game. He's just going to have to work a little bit harder.
And it's 3-0 now to Ryan Sweeney with Jack Cust on deck. There's a strike, so 3-1. Rick, as you talked about, Mitch Talbot better against left-handed batters than right-handers. Lefties coming into tonight's game batting just .211 against him, while the right-handers are hitting .301. 90 points difference there.
Well, that changeup is the equalizer against the left-handers. See, he cuts it in, and he just missed in there, so they'll load the bases. But, I mean, what he's going to have to do is just work hard to get through this inning. First walk.
So the base is loaded now with 2 outs for Jack Cust, who in his career against Cleveland has done very well. 300 hitter in his career against the Tribe.
Well, his first year when he was acquired by Oakland, I remember he came up, and I'm thinking he hit 6 home runs off us in 1 year. And
Seemed
I think
that way,
he did.
Yeah.
I think he's got 7 in his career, but, I mean, it was unbelievable. Every time this guy walked up to the plate, he was hitting a home run.
Swing and a miss there. So Talbot gets ahead of him. The base is loaded and 2 outs here in the first inning. Just off the plate there. So 1-1 now to Jack Cust.
Cust is a guy that uses the whole field. He doesn't try to pull the ball. So he uses the big part of the ballpark. So he has a chance. If you throw that break or that changeup, throw it down and away. Don't get it upstairs because he can hit it a long way to left center.
That pitch is low, so 2-1.
Well, and this is like another first inning for Mitch where he's throwing more balls than strikes.
There are the base runners. They're loaded here in the first inning, but 2 outs. And Mitch Talbot trying to work out of it against Jack Cust. Cust hits that one foul. And off the facing of the Sweets here. So now 2-2 as you see the pitch totals there on Mitch Talbot as he's reached 25 here in inning number 1. But as you said, Rick, we've seen Mitch do this before. Throw a lot of pitches early and struggle a bit early, and then he settles in, and it's very difficult.
Well, when he gets settled in and starts finding the strike zone, he can go a couple innings. Well, he'll throw 6, 7 pitches in an inning and make up for it.
The 2-2 pitch coming up here. That off-speed pitch got away from him, so now the count is full. There's Mark Ellis on deck. Mitch Talbot trying to get Jack Cust here in the first inning. String is out, base is loaded. 2 outs and a full count to Cust. And he wants Mike Redmond to go through the signs once again. pitch just off the plate. Ball 4, and the A's get a run on the walk by Jack Cust, who gets the RBI. Forced home is Coco Crisp. 1-0 Oakland.
That's going to bring Tim Belcher out for a quick talk. This ball just going to be off the plate away, as you can see it. Yeah, don't nibble now. The one hit they have, a little, humpback liner into right field. Other than that, that has been it. The 2 walks and error. And this is the first time that the Indians have trailed in a ball game in the last 6 games.
And home plate umpire Rob Drake out to the mound to break up the conversation as Tim Belcher heads back to the dugout. The A's with a run home. Now Mark Ellis will bat with the bases loaded and 2 down and try to add on to the A's lead here. The Indians are trying to make it 6 wins in a row this evening. Oakland, though, hasn't done too badly of late either. They've won 5 of their last 6. And that pitch in there for a strike. Oakland's an interesting story, Rick. Through May, they were in first place in the American League West. Had a real tough early part of June, and before they won 5 out of their last 6, they were previous 12 contests just 2-10.
Right.
Ellis hits that one hard to right. Chu going over. Should have room, and he'll make the catch in the corner. So the A's are done in the first inning, but they get a run. Bottom half of the first. Up next. Progressive, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Crow and Chu at the top of the order. Santana at DH tonight in the 3-hole. Then Kearns, Peralta, Laporta, Nix, Redmond, and Donald. The Indians with 8 right-handed bats against the lefty, Gio Gonzalez.
And Gonzalez making his 17th start. He is 6-5 on the year, a 3.74 ERA. He has not had a win since June 6th. That came against the Minnesota Twins. But in his career, 2-0 against the Indians with a 1.62, and he beat them earlier this year, April 25th, and it was 11-0 ball game where he went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, walked 2, and struck out 3. Left-hander's got good stuff when he's on his game.
Trevor Crow, the switch hitter, will bat from the right side tonight against Gonzalez, and he takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Trevor Crow now the everyday center fielder with Grady Sizemore out for the rest of the season. Hits that one foul, and quickly Gonzalez ahead 0-2.
Well, part of Gonzalez's problem in the last 4 games is that his team has not scored him a whole lot of runs. Went into interleague play, and he gave up 1 run in his last 2 starts and had nothing to show for it. But they started early today.
And Gonzalez there, Ricky, kind of landed funny after that third pitch.
Well, we'll see if anybody comes out. He sure did.
Threw that breaking ball.
He's twitching. I don't know if it's his back or what. If his foot twisted or got caught down there somewhere, he might have rolled over on his ankle a little bit.
Looked okay there. Good breaking pitch for the first strikeout victim tonight for Gio Gonzalez.
Let's check out the A's defensive lineup brought to you by Huntington Bank. It's Gross, Crisp, and Sweeney in the outfield. On the infield, it's going to be Kuzminoff, Pennington, Ellis, and Barton. Behind the plate, Suzuki. The A's are 7th in the league in defense. They have made 50 errors and have turned 61 double plays.
So one away for Shin-Soo Choo, the only left-hander in the Indians lineup tonight against Gio Gonzalez, and he'll take strike one. Shin-Soo Choo with 13 home runs this year leads the tribe.
Choo, the only left-hander in this lineup tonight. Because left-handers, you did mention it, how good Gonzalez is against lefties compared to righties. 140 batting average to the left-handers. Right-handers are right about 260.
Choo pounds that one into the ground. Ellis, the second baseman, charges and throws him out. 2 down here in the first inning for the designated hitter tonight, Carlos Santana. And tonight's achievement of the game is brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in us all. And that's Carlos Santana. Let's take a look at the rookie leaders in RBI, brought to you by PNC Bank. And how about that in just 19 games, Rick? 15 runs batted in, not too shabby.
I don't see it stopping. The way this guy swings a bat, it will continue.
He has just been fun to watch since the call-up in June. What Santana has done, he's throttled right-handed pitching, hitting .395 against righties, but only .227 against left-handers. He swings and misses there. Rick, is that something that will develop more with a switch hitter as he goes along further in his major league career?
I don't see a difference in him swinging the bat left to right. He just doesn't have the opportunities from the right side. 22 at bats right-handed. He's fine. He takes the same approach, man.
It's that one on the ground to short. Pennington makes the play, and the Tribe goes 3 up, 3 down here in the first inning. We'll head to the second. 1-0 Oakland. Toyota dealers. Gorgeous night tonight. The train there, the bridge that crosses over the Cuyahoga River. Plenty of boaters out now, and July 4th weekend. A's in town tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday afternoon. Tonight and tomorrow night, of course, the spectacular patriotic fireworks. And leading it off here is Gabe Gross, who bunts one foul. It'll be hitters 8, 9, and 1 against Mitch Talbot here in the second inning. He sent 7 batters to the plate in the first and scoring that run.
Well, Mitch walked a couple of guys and walked in the run.
Yep. Pitch on the corner for strike 2. So quickly, Talbot ahead here. And of course, you can get tickets for tomorrow night's game at Indians.com. Jake Westbrook going for the try. Most likely Dallas Braden for Oakland. He's scheduled to start, though he was scratched from his last one. We'll see if he does indeed make that start tomorrow.
Well, yeah, he's still looking for his first win since the perfect game.
Yep. Yeah.
It's the first hitter tonight, too. Now, this being hitter number 8 that Mitch has been ahead in the count.
Murph just told me that now he has been scratched. Clayton Mortensen will get the start tomorrow for Oakland. So,
see, well, we should ask Murph first. He knows everything.
We should, yes. Yeah, there were a lot of last-minute changes today, that's for sure. Barton, a late addition in the 2-hole. Rosales was scratched. Ellis moved down to the 7-hole. And here, Gabe Gross. Nice bounce to Donald at short. Throws him out for 1 away. The Bridgestone Invitational is coming to Firestone Country Club this August. Positively Cleveland is asking you to purchase tickets to this great event with 100% of the net proceeds going to charity. Use the promo code BISDIU when you purchase your $35 tickets at buytfc.com. That's BUYTFC.com. Check it out, the Bridgestone Invitational, and help out charity. So 1 out for Cliff Pennington here in the second inning, who will take strike 1. Cliff Pennington, the switch hitter. Hitting in the 9-hole. He was the A's #1 draft pick out of Texas A&M back in 2005. One of those guys that is the equivalent of a basketball gym rat with the game of baseball. Just loves it, around it all the time. Growing up, always taking extra batting practice, more ground balls. Cliff says he liked to be known for his ability. He said guys that are just scrappers, they don't make it to the game. And he's known as a scrappy guy. Got to be able to have some ability to stick here at this level. And he swings and misses there. So he's a strikeout victim. Second tonight for Mitch Talbot. 2 away when we go back to the top of the order in Coco Crisp.
Rides the high fastball up above the belt. Compliments that changeup that he throws. He located that very well. Gets his second strikeout.
And there we see, Rick. Nice job by Talbot bouncing back here in the second inning after that rough first. Crisp takes a ball. He reached on an error by shortstop Jason Donald in the first inning and scored the A's run.
Well, Mitch, everything stems off his fastball, spotting and locating that. Then the changeup gets mixed in. And sometimes I think earlier in the game, you know, he doesn't want to leave it middle of the plate, so you maybe nibble a little bit. I don't know if nibble's the right word. But you're trying to hit the edges of the plate, and he doesn't get there. Then he's really got to battle with his off-speed pitches. But, boy, when that's working, there's that good changeup right there.
Yeah, nice downward motion to it. And getting Crisp by a step was Nix, the second baseman. A's go 3 up, 3 down here in the second. We'll go to the bottom half. Still 1-0 Oakland. the score. The Athletics have the lead as we head to the bottom half of the second inning, and the boats are definitely showing up here now. We're into July, and some of the big ones coming into town. That's a nice yacht.
That's
sure
the STO yacht.
Yeah, that's the SS Rick Manning.
I'm waiting for that after the game.
Kern swinging at the first pitch, flies out to right. It's quickly one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Sweeney made the catch in foul ground. Now, we've been blessed with some gorgeous weather this week. There's no question. We'll take it.
Well, and throughout the week, it's going to be nice as the Indians will head out on the road. 3 in Texas, 4 in Tampa, and then that'll take us right into the All-Star break. The A's tonight are actually, this is their 81st game they are playing, so that is the halfway mark for them in this season. And our halfway point will be actually Sunday. So we'll have 7 games to go before we head into the break.
Johnny Peralta now. Quickly, Gonzalez gets ahead of him 0-2. So Gonzalez has been efficient, fast tonight. Here in the early going, he's thrown 13 pitches, and 11 of those are for strikes. And you get to go to Arlington, Texas next week. That's always fun, isn't it? Especially in July.
Would Joe West, would he call a ball because he went to his mouth on the rubber?
Right.
Well, that's your man. You better go talk to Joe.
Yeah, we had Joe on the pregame show.
Yeah, well, that's your friend. Didn't you go out singing with him one night?
Oh my goodness, you don't want me to sing.
I'm not sure he called the ball. I think he did because he walked over there. Yes, he did. He called the ball because he said he went to his mouth on the rubber. You're allowed to go to your mouth this year on the dirt, not on the rubber. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, didn't want to, but it'll be an easy play for Gonzalez. 2 down here in the second inning. Let's take a look at yesterday's great clip of the game, brought to you by Great Clips. Matt Laporta on a home run binge. 3rd straight day that he's homered. Matt Laporta, since he's come up from Columbus for the 2nd time this season with the Indians, now 7 for 15, 3 home runs this week, 3 in a row. Relax, you're at Great Clips.
Well, I think he is relaxed. And, knowing that he can come to the ballpark and he doesn't have to worry if that name's going to be in the lineup or not.
How important is that as a player, Rick? For example, when you played, knowing that you're going to be in that everyday lineup?
Well, you don't worry about anything. You just show up and you're going to play. I mean, it's nice. Everyday players are everyday players, and then you're going to have your extra men. But ever since Matt Laporta's been here, he's never been an everyday player. He was going to be this year, and they went out and they signed Branyan. And then that took him games away from him at first base. They were going to play him in the outfield. He's got to play one position, and he's got to have an opportunity. He's at an age in his career now where he's got to find out if he's a big league player.
3-0 here. And that pitch is at the knees for a strike. Now, since he's been recalled, batting .294 now with those 3 homers. He was recalled from Columbus on Sunday when the Indians early Sunday morning traded Russell Branyan to Seattle. Ball 4. The Indians have their first base runner here with 2 outs in the second inning.
Well, Gonzalez is tied for 2nd in the league in walks. He now has 45.
Time now for the AT&T trivia question. Let's see what we have here tonight. Name the last 3 Indians players to hit for the cycle. AT&T, rethink possible. All right, good question. 2. One's a teammate of yours, former teammate.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason Nix now the batter. Hitting in the 7-hole here tonight. And manager Manny Acta's lineup, and he'll take strike 1 from a left-hander, Gio Gonzalez. Take that pitch up high. Nix 1 for 2 in his career against Gonzalez, but that one hit was a home run. So Laporta on at first base with 2 outs here in the second inning. And a 1-1 count to Jason Nix. 2-1. Nix fouls that one straight back. You can see on Gio Gonzalez and the Tribesmen as well for the games this July 4th weekend. Major League Baseball clubs are wearing the special Stars and Stripes caps, which have the American flag, of course, etched into each team's logo. It's an off-white color, and then the red or the blue brims, depending on what your team chooses. The A's have gone with the blue brim. There's a good shot of it right
red
there.
Wouldn't go very good with the green. The blue doesn't either, but
it would look like Christmas. Yeah, you're right. The A's could have maybe used, I don't know, a yellow, but that wouldn't have gone too well with that off-white, I don't think. There's Mike Redmond on deck. And a full count here to Jason Nix. So Matt Laporta will set sail with the pitch. And ball 4. So Gonzalez loses his second straight Indians batter. Now the Tribe with a couple aboard here with 2 outs in the second for Redmond. Kurt Suzuki out to talk to Gonzalez, who was just sailing along through the first 5 Indians hitters. But now he's walked the last 2. And Redmond this year has done very well against lefties, batting .333 against him. Small sample size, 3 for 9.
Well, his time has been diminished since Santana has been called up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's his job, is to fill in whenever called upon. And tonight it's Santana DH, and so Redmond gets the opportunity to catch and should get at least 3 at-bats, if not 4.
And Redmond has been perfect in his small sample against Gonzalez, too. 2 for 2 in his career.
Yeah, there you go.
And he hits that one to right center field, going over Sweeney, who had him played perfectly. And Ryan Sweeney makes the catch. So the Indians done in the second inning. We'll head to the third. 1-0 A's. As you look in at Progressive Field tonight, some of the fans enjoying the gorgeous weather here for this ball game. Fireworks night tonight, the patriotic fireworks. So
they will put on some kind of show tonight and tomorrow. They're about, at least 20 minutes. Maybe longer than that. They put on a great show here.
They sure do. They sure do. And they've got another one tomorrow, so if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, come on out to the ballpark.
Then the actual July 4th Sunday night, it'll be going on for 4 days. Not here for the first two nights. You're on your own after Saturday night.
Of course, around the Northeast Ohio area, plenty of communities do a nice job, too.
Absolutely.
It'll be hitters 2, 3, and 4 here in the Oakland lineup in inning number 3. Derek Barton leads it off. He singled his first time up, and that's been the only hit of the game thus far. It was then erased on a fielder's choice. 2-1 now to Derek Barton. He'll turn 25 years old on August 16th. Swing and a miss there. Barton was the #1 pick of the Cardinals back in 2003 out of Marina High School in California. That ball hit back up the middle and through. A single for Derek Barton, and he has the only 2 base hits tonight.
Well, as we talked about, tomorrow night as well will be the fireworks show. This be the middle game of the series against the A's. Patriotic music, fireworks, great show had by all. If you would like tickets, call 216-420-HITS or visit Indians.com.
Another gorgeous night here tonight as Mitch Talbot will work from the stretch. As Barton's on first base with that leadoff single. Nobody out here in the third for Kevin Kuzminoff. The former Indian was a strikeout victim his first time up. Kuzminoff traded to San Diego after that 06 season for Josh Barfield. And he made his way up the coast to Oakland, where it appears he's found a home here at third base. And he fouls that one away. So 1-1 now on Kuzminoff.
Send out some birthday wishes tonight. We're going all the way out to Las Vegas, Nevada, wishing Susan Huff a happy birthday, turning 38 today. Susan, happy birthday to you. I don't know if it's any relation to David Huff.
Oh, you never know. Happy birthday, Susan. So 1-1 now to Kuzminoff. And Talbot just misses there. And he has been just missing tonight, Rick.
That's okay.
Most of his pitches are not that far off.
When you miss, you've got to miss in off the plate. You can't miss on the plate for these hitters. So he's fine. It's a matter of getting him to swing at it.
Kuzminoff to third. Peralta, nice play to second for one. On to first. Double play.
Nicely turned. Really was. That was not an easy hop for Johnny Peralta. But he made the play and got it to Nix in a hurry. And Nix turns the double play pretty well. So you get your ground ball. The hop by Peralta in between. See the quick hands? Stayed down on it. And Nix gets it over. The 99th double play turned by the Indians this year.
So good turn all the way around there. Peralta starting it. Nix then with the turn at second base, and Matt Laporta going on his tiptoes to pull it in. So 2 away for Kurt Suzuki, and now nobody on base, so Talbot can go back to that windup. He throws that first pitch for a strike. And we were talking about, Rick, before today's game off the air, about Mitch working better out of the windup than from the stretch. And it just seems he's got so much better command in the strike zone with his pitches.
Well, that windup may have something to do with it. You know, a timing thing for him when you watch his foot hit that dirt. With nobody on, hitters hit 234 off him. And then once you get runners on, they have a 315 average. And then when you get runners in scoring position, a 364 average. So it goes up.
He's ahead 0-2 here to Suzuki. And he hits that one on the ground to second. Nix
stayed down.
Yeah. Came off the lip of the infield, but Nix stayed right with it. Throws him out for the third out. Oakland's done here in the third inning. We'll head to the bottom half. Tribe down by a run. A look in from high atop right field at Progressive Field from our Panini cam. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning, Jason Donald, the Indians' number 9 hitter, leads it off. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Trevor Crowe and Shin-Soo Choo here tonight. Indians still looking for their first hit of the game. They worked 2 walks last inning against Gonzalez. And Donald hits that one hard to left field, but right at the left fielder who was cruising over, Gabe Gross. So Donald hit it well, but he's out number 1 here in the third. Time now for our Subway fresh face of the game. And that belongs to Matt McBride. What a game last night. 3 home runs and a 5-0 win against Bowie. Look at his numbers in the last 5 games. Impressive. That's our Subway fresh face of the game. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. McBride a few seasons ago was a catcher in the Indian system, but they determined he's going to have to play the field, and now is a first baseman for the Akron Arrows. And he's got some power. It comes in spurts. He now has 9 home runs on the season.
Well, as all home run hitters do. They usually, when you get hot, you hit them, and then you can go for a while without hitting them.
And also, all 9 of McBride's homers, Rick, have been on the road. Hasn't it one at Canal Park? So that field's maybe slightly bigger than your typical Double-A field, but last year they were pretty even for McBride. So good to see him hit those 3 homers last night, and the Arrows get that shutout win. Here's Trevor Crowe, struck out his first time up. There's a new fan club.
The Crow's Nest. I got to see where they're located. Oh, there they are in left center field.
Outside for a ball. Now, if Trevor would give them a souvenir, that would be one of the farthest balls ever hit here at the ballpark.
Well, there's only been one other hit farther.
Yes.
That was Mark McGuire hitting it off the Budweiser sign.
Yeah, just above that and about, 20 feet to the left of where those guys are.
They will not get hit.
No.
They're in the perfect spot.
They're pretty safe. Trevor Crowe with the walk, so he's aboard with 1 down here in the third inning. That'll bring the Tribe's only left-handed bat in the lineup to the plate tonight, Shin-Soo Choo, who grounded out to second his first time up. Choo against lefties this year, batting just .250. That pitch in tight for a ball.
Well, and Gonzalez moving up. C.J. Wilson with Texas leads the league with 48 walks. Gonzalez now has 47, and that's the only runners, the base runners the Tribe has had today, 3 walks.
And Gonzalez has, as we've talked about, impressive stuff. Perhaps his only negative are those walks. If he reduced those, he'd be even a better pitcher than what he is. And he's pretty good. One of the better starters in Oakland's rotation.
When he gets on his game, he's got good breaking stuff. He can be tough to hit. Batting average against is minimal because he walks guys, and sometimes when you go out and you face a pitcher with good stuff and they're effectively wild, you know what I mean? They can knock you off the plate. They could be missing a little bit. Then all of a sudden they make a perfect pitch. Guys are only hitting .230 off him this year. And I can understand why. He's got such good stuff. And then he's not throwing a lot of strikes. He's about a 50-50 split now.
Choo swings and misses at that one to run the count full. So now you've got Crowe at first base with 1 out. Crowe has some speed, Rick, but Gonzalez, the lefty. Do you do anything here with the base runner?
Not the way Choo can swing and miss. You're taking a chance. If you felt he was going to put it in play, Manny would start him. We'll see. But you're not going to get a good jump. So, no, you don't.
He stays put, and Choo takes the pitch for a ball.
That's what's good about Choo, boy, the patience and the eye.
So the 4th walk of the night already for Gio Gonzalez, and we've only got 1 out here in the third inning, and he'll get a visit from the pitching coach, Kurt Young. 3-4-5 is here. That's right, for a limited time. McDonald's has $3, $4, and $5 extra value meals. Each comes with medium fries and a medium soft drink. McDonald's. I'm loving it. And this is his 7th start this year now for Gio Gonzalez. 17th overall, but 7th start with at least 4 walks, Rick. And he's got it here in the 3rd inning, too. He hasn't given up a hit so far.
Well, now that second time through, you're coming through the big part of the lineup. You've given him a couple of base runners. The hardest hit ball was Jason Donald to lead this inning off.
And now Carlos Santana. No bad with runners in scoring position. And on the season, a .385 hitter in this situation, and he'll take a strike there from Gonzalez. Pitch a little inside, so 1-1 now to Carlos Santana. Indians down by a run, but have an opportunity here with a runner at first and second, 1 out. And one of the Indians' hottest hitters this past couple of weeks since he came up, Carlos Santana at the plate. He fouls that breaking pitch off, so now 1-2 to Santana. Carlos the DH tonight, so Maniac able to give him a rest, kind of, as he doesn't have to catch, but you don't want to take this bat out of the lineup the way he's been hitting.
Well, no, you take his bat out of that number 3 hole, and, you know, you have a void in there. Especially if you're not going to play the left-handers against Gonzalez. You got to keep this guy in there some way.
Now the 1-2.
Locked him up.
Yep. Good pitch for Gonzalez. Santana wasn't looking for that one, and he's the second strikeout victim of the night for Gio Gonzalez. 2 down.
To be honest with you, I think he was looking breaking ball from the very first pitch. Let's look at the sequence. He gets the fastball. Normally, he's very aggressive with the fastball. He takes that one. That was just off, so he swings big at the breaking ball, and there he was looking for a breaking ball again, and got the fastball. Went down looking. He'll file it. What people don't realize, normally he's been up there against guys he's never faced before and looks so good.
Now, Crow wandering away a little bit at second, but Ellis got there late, so Gonzalez holds on to the ball.
Well, with 2 outs, the infielders, your middle infielders, are playing back. They want the out. They're not concerned about the guy at second base. Just go ahead and try and get this hitter. Just don't let him walk off of second base.
And Austin Kearns, the batter, who flew out to right in foul territory his first time up, takes the ball. And Austin, who's been in a little bit of a slump lately, has delivered with runners in scoring position this year, and even a little bit better with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Yeah, he's been great. He's been great with 2 outs, as well as a number of guys have on this team.
Is that just being able to focus, being able to put the nerves away? As you know, those clutch situations, a little bit different batting with runners in scoring position and 2 outs versus bases empty.
It's the toughest hit to get, is a 2-out base hit.
Yep.
Especially with those guys in scoring position. Make a lot of money if you can consistently do that.
Kearns trying to deliver here. There's 2 at first. Over at second base is Trevor Crow. 2 outs, 2-1 count to Austin Kearns. The Tribe trails by a run here in the 3rd inning. And Kearns hits that one high to right, but it'll be an easy play for Ryan Sweeney. Indians done in the 3rd inning. We'll head to the 4th. 1-0 Oakland. pitch. There's another nice one. Not as big as Rick's boat, but close.
No, that's a minnow. You kidding me? I've got a yacht.
That's definitely not the SS Rick Manning. Fourth inning now. It'll be Sweeney, Cust, and Ellis. Hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Oakland lineup against Mitch Talbot. Rick, exactly what we talked about earlier. Mitch threw 29 pitches in the first inning, and then 12 in the second, 12 in the third, and through 2 pitches, he has it out here in the fourth inning. And for the first time tonight, Dave Chanowski's at the STO update desk. Let's see what Dave has for us. Dave, what is it?
All right, Al, thanks. Seattle at Detroit after Franklin Gutierrez hit a home run. The Tigers come back with a 4-run second. Austin Jackson with a single to bring in 2. Right now in the fourth, it's 4-1 Detroit. Back to you.
Chuck, thanks. And still hard for me to believe how well Austin Jackson has done. And Rick, I don't recall the Yankees making too many trades of young players that succeed with other teams. You know, they seem to keep the Jeters, the Posadas, the Riveras, and the Austin Jacksons. But he's had a nice season so far for Detroit, coming in that Granderson deal.
He's a very good young player, boy. He's a good-looking hitter, and he can go get him. He made a couple of great plays in center field when we were there. You know, he's still a rookie. I mean, he's going to be in the voting for Rookie of the Year, as this guy is right here.
Yep.
They continue. They also have Brandon Bosch on that team that has, over 40, 45 RBIs. There's some good-looking young rookies in this league.
And you're right.
And he's one of them.
Yeah. Jackson and Bosch. And Kelly not looking too bad either.
The closer the Texas Rangers have, Neftali Feliz.
Yeah. Very good. Jack Cust now a 2-2 count, the DH tonight. Batting with 1 out here in the fourth inning.
Well, it seems to me, you remember that Tim Belcher went out in the first and talked to him to settle him down a little bit. He's been much better ever since, whatever he told him.
Let's see. Grounder foul. You know, another one of the few young Yankees players that were traded in the past 10 to 15 years that's gone on to have success at the major league level, Jake Westbrook.
Right.
But there aren't too many of them. You think of the young players when you make a trade with the Yankees. They seem to not work out more than they do.
Well, yeah, when you're talking about trades, they end up going to sign more free agents than anything else. You know, they don't trade a lot of players like that. They'll go buy their players.
Yep.
And they don't lose their minor leaguers. They used to trade a lot of them.
But you can never get Jeter.
I wonder
never
why.
Never get Rivera. Yeah. 2-2 count here to Jack Cust. It's Mitch Talbot in search of his third strikeout of the night. Full count now to Cust. He walked back in the first inning, and that forced in the only run so far of the game. The bases loaded and 2 outs. Coco Crisp forced in. And that's been it in the scoring column tonight. There's Mark Ellis. He's next. And once again, Cust will work the walk. So 1 out with the runner on first, and let's take a look at the Cabot Woodstain's legendary performance on this date in 1941. Joe DiMaggio hit in his 45th straight game to set the major league record. That's our legendary performance brought to you by Cabot Woodstains. Of course, that would continue through 56, and then he was stopped in search of 57 by Kenny Keltner and the Cleveland Indians at the old stadium.
Yes, he was. I think Kenny made a couple of nice plays in that game.
Keltner at third. Yeah, I think it was 2 or 3. And reading the accounts of that game, they were all tough plays that he had to extend for.
Well, after he was stopped in that ball game, I think he went on and hit in 17 consecutive after that.
Yes, he did. So if Keltner doesn't make that play, who knows how long that streak would have gone on. He also had hit in the All-Star game during that stretch, but of course that an exhibition game, so that doesn't officially count. Otherwise, it would have been at 57. 1-1 now to Mark Ellis. He flew out to right field his first time up. He bats here with the runner aboard, and 1 away in the fourth inning. There's Cust at first base. Good changeup there in the outside corner. Is that the fastball?
Yeah,
that
was his fastball.
So wait, Redmond put down 2 fingers, but yeah, 93.
Well, he shook him
fastball.
off. Yeah, he shook him off, and and there may be some guys that used to as a fastball. You can go 1 breaking ball, 2. You don't have to go 1 fastball, 2 curve like you learn when you're a kid.
Do they do that a lot in the majors?
They could, yes.
Switch the signals
It
up
all
straight?
depends on catchers and what pitchers like, and something that stays simple.
So 1-2 now to Ellis. As he fouls that one into the seats.
You could also go 1, 3, and 5 as a fastball, so people don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And then you go 2 or 4 for your breaking ball or a wiggle for a changeup. There's a number of different ways you can go.
How about number indicators?
Only when guys are on second base. I mean, there may be guys that there's guys that don't even use a sign. They'll touch spots on their body. Catchers will use their shin guards. Veritek does that in Boston a lot. Go to your masks, shin guards, and oh yeah,
great little slider there. Third strikeout.
Well, he certainly wasn't looking for this pitch. It's a breaking ball. That's his curveball.
He doesn't throw that very much.
No, he doesn't. I mean, if he can develop that good breaking ball or something like that, this guy would be awfully tough.
Yep. Well, he certainly fooled Ellis there. Third strikeout for Talbot. 2 out now here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring Gabe Gross to the plate. Gross grounded out to short his only time up back in the 2nd inning. Foul ball there. So Talbot now about to throw his 70th pitch tonight. It was 29 in the 1st inning, or why the pitch count's up there. Otherwise, he's been right on his game. Good fastball there from Talbot. 0-2 now to Gabe Gross, who was the Blue Jays' #1 draft pick out of Auburn in 2001. Go over to first, keeps Custonis. Mitch Talbot, too, Rick, for a guy that was supposed to be your 5th starter, and he had to earn a spot in that rotation in spring training. How impressive has he been this year, going 8-6 here as we just begin July?
Well, here's a guy that paid his dues and spent a lot of time in minor league baseball, and it goes to show you, he knows how to pitch. So he comes to the big league level with a resume, even though it wasn't at the big leagues, knowing what to do and knowing himself. He hasn't changed anything. It's just given an opportunity.
And he gets the ground ball there. Got a piece of it. Nix, though, throws him out. And the A's are done here in the 4th inning. Tribe still trailing by a run. We'll head to the bottom half of the 4th here at Progressive Field right after this. 1-0. And they're still looking for their first hit of the night, though they've drawn 4 walks against Gio Gonzalez. Johnny Peralta to begin the 4th inning takes a ball low. Gonzalez trending the opposite way of Talbot right now. Talbot, who had his high pitch count in the 1st inning. Gonzalez has gone the other way. 10 pitches in the 1st, 18 in the 2nd, 21 in the 3rd. And a 1-1 count here to Peralta in the 4th inning, as that was pitch number 50 on the night with a left-hander.
You know, the one thing, if you're not getting your base hits, you certainly still want to make him work to try and build that pitch count up.
Pitch just missing for Gonzalez. And tonight's scoreboard update is brought to you by Wendy's. You know when it's real, Wendy's. Now 3-1 to Johnny Peralta. Grounded back to Gonzalez, his only time up back in the 2nd inning. Johnny, after a slow April, has picked it up in May and June. Swings and misses there. He was ready to go on that 3-1 pitch.
Why not? You get it into a hitter's count, boy, and he was searching for the fastball. He was just a little tardy on it. A lot of times, you know, you're looking for that pitch. You might as well get after it and get out and get the bat head out in front of home plate.
And he hits that one high but foul. And into the club seats here. Count remains full to Johnny Peralta, the Indians' 3rd baseman, hitting 5th in the lineup tonight. Both the Tribe and A's have left 4 runners on base. Oakland 1 run on 2 hits. Indians 0s in both of those columns. As Peralta falls another one away. Well, Johnny's working him himself here. Seen 7 pitches in this at bat. It'll be pitch number 8 coming up. That's the most to any one hitter thus far tonight for Gonzalez. And Johnny,
look out, Smitty. Low bridged him. Look at him. That scares you. Now,
good reflex.
A couple of days ago, that happened to Sandy down the first base line. And now this one, he didn't have to go down like this. Look at, he finally picked it up late. Low bridge. Elevator to the bottom floor. He sits up there.
He still got it pretty nimble.
Well, you know what? You don't want to have to go on the ground when you're a third base coach or a first base coach.
That's a can according to Chris. 1 out here in the 4th inning for the Tribe.
Well, you can spend Independence Day with the Indians. It'll be Kids Fun Day this Sunday. You can save big with the new WKYC Summer Sunday $3 offer. Buy an adult ticket, and you can get up to 2 tickets for kids 12 and under for just $3 each. Plus, you can enjoy all the activities out on the plaza for Kids Fun Day. Get to run the bases after the ball game.
Kids Fun Day keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. It's like a small amusement park.
I know, it was amazing. Last Sunday I came here, I saw you out there down the slide.
No, that wasn't me. That was Slider. Laporta fly-on victim. It does look fun, though. I mean, that's kind of tempting now that you mention it.
I'll see you Sunday.
I'll meet you up top of that slide.
Come do the pregame show out here, but go after you're done, I see you out there. We got cameras here.
So you did notice it was me?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I was with my nephew.
Yeah, that's... yeah, I was with my cousins, too.
2 outs now for Jason Nix. He swings with the first pitch. Great diving stop by Kuzmanov. Gets up, throws wide, however. And Jason Nix is aboard. That should be a base hit.
I'll tell you what, he did a terrific job of stopping that ball. He got up so quickly and rushed the throw. He had more time than he thought he had. That will go as a base hit. Now watch how fast he gets up and then really rushes that throw when he had maybe just a hair more time to get his feet set. But you don't know that. Knocking it down, you just expect. Your timing in your head says, I got to get up and I got to throw that ball. He made a nice play, but it'll go as a base hit. First hit for the Indians.
So Jason Nix aboard with 2 outs here in the 4th inning for Mike Redmond, who lined out to right his last time up. And once again, he's heading to right field, but that one's foul. Look how shallow Ryan Sweeney is, Rick. Now, you'll see this sometimes with right-handed batters, but Sweeney, as he was last time, seems unusually shallow.
Well, it's not. That's just the report from Mike Redmond. I mean, when he played with the Twins and the Indians, they used to play him in there. You know, you play him shallow because he's a guy that just tries to stay on the ball and hit it. You know, a short swing, just line drive to right field. And I remember him when he was with the Twins that he burned CC Sabathia a couple times, hit it over the head of our right fielders. But, you know, that's the scouting report. If a pitcher makes a good pitch, if he hits it hard, it'll be right to the right fielder. Got under it.
It's that one high in the air. Sweeney coming on and makes the catch. 4th inning in the books. Oakland still 1-0 leaders here at Progressive Field tonight. And unlock your possibilities. And by Panini's. Visit paninisgrill.com for a list of new locations. Here's a look down there at the USS Cod sub. 5th inning now here at Progressive Field. Mitch Talbot, who's only given up 2 hits tonight, but trails 1-0. Will face hitters 9-1 and 2 in the Oakland batting order. Decent crowd here tonight for fireworks night, and a nice diving stop at second base. Nix gets up, throws out Pennington. Beautiful play.
Nicely done. You know, they tried to take him from a hit, although he did get it. He's going to say, I'm not going to give you one. Very nice play. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. Got to love the way you're playing defense when you're getting good pitching. Takes a base hit away, going to his left, gets up, just gets Pennington at first base. Beautiful play by Jason Nix.
Solid play by Nix. 1 down here in the 5th inning. Coco Crisp, the batter, as you get a look at one of the newer Cleveland Indians. Picked up off of waivers from the Chicago White Sox. Coco Crisp reached on an error in the 1st inning, scored the only run tonight when he was forced in by a Jack Cust walk and grounded out to second back in the 2nd inning. Coco batting over .400 since coming off the disabled list on June 22nd. Plays off that pitch. That's a strike. 0-2 now. Crisp, 30 years old, said all he ever wanted to do growing up was just play baseball. He's called himself the best Little League player in California when he was a Little Leaguer out there. He's a product of baseball's RBI program, too, so That's done some good things.
Coco is a good player. His problem the last couple of years is health. He hasn't been able to stay healthy and stay in the lineup. He had 2005, a great year here when he was playing left field.
And strike three, says third base umpire Paul Schreiber. Crisp went too far. Fourth strikeout tonight for Mitch Talbot. Coco Crisp in disagreement.
Well, that's that changeup that Mitch Talbot has. It is tough for left-handers to lay off, and I have to agree with the umpire just on the first view of it.
Now let's take a look now at tonight's GMC 5-Star League leaders, brought to you by the GMC Sierra. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. You saw the numbers on the most caught stealing for the pitchers in the American League. There they are once again. And Mitch Talbot, second to Oakland's Ben Sheets there. Derek Barton hits that one high in the air to right field. Chu drifting back. He'll have room. Hayes done in the fifth inning. So Mitch Talbot's found the groove. Indians need to get him some runs. They're coming up in the fifth. 1-0 Oakland. Into your poster. And here you are on Sports Time Ohio. Fifth inning, Tribe down by a run. Jason Donald will lead it off. He lined out to left. Hit the ball hard, but right at the left fielder Gabe Gross his last time up in the third inning. Now 2-0 from Gio Gonzalez, who was allowed only one hit tonight, but has walked 4. Now 3-0 to Jason Donald. He's the Tribe's first batter here in the fifth inning. He'll be followed by Trevor Crowe. Shin-Soo Choo in the hole in the fifth inning as the Indians try to find some runs. 3-1 now to Jason Donald.
Okay, now you look for something you can drive. He hit the ball very well in his first at-bat. You got a 3-1 count. Be selective.
He's that one to third. Kuzmanov.
Boy,
nice play.
Boy. I'll tell you what, he's hit the ball in the nose twice.
He sure has. And then a nice throw and a nice stretch at first base, too, by Barton for the first out.
I'll tell you what, that's a good swing and a nice play. Get the 3-1 count. He swung it with authority. Kuzmanov again getting that ball. That was hit hard. Makes a nice. That's why they call it the hot corner, boy. That ball gets on you in a hurry. Good play.
So Kevin Kuzmanov with his second nice stop. This time he got up and made a strong throw to Barton at first. And there's one away in the fifth for Trevor Crowe. Boy, good curve by Gonzalez. When he's got that working like that, Rick, what does that do to you as a hitter?
Well, the curveball is a tough pitch. You don't throw it that often, but when you do, you take the hitters off your fastball and your changeup. You can throw it to get me over, and then he doubled up right there.
So Crow quickly down on the count now 0-2. He struck out his first time up, walked in the third. And pitch away. Indians on a season-high 5-game winning streak. It's the first of 3 games against the Oakland A's this weekend. Tomorrow night, 7:05. Sunday afternoon, 1:05. And then the Indians hit the road before the All-Star break to Arlington, Texas, and then St. Petersburg in Florida to take on the Rays. Crow grounds that one to second base. Kind of a spinner. Played well by Ellis, who throws him out for the second out of the inning. Time now for the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Name the last 3 Indians players to hit for the cycle. Hafner, Thornton.
Yeah, I don't know who did it before him. Can't think of it.
And it is Tony Horton. Back in 1970, this date in history.
I'll be darned.
AT&T Rethink Possible. And there's your AT&T trivia answer tonight. Hafner, Thornton.
Well, I'll tell you who had to play with him back in 1970. Ray Fosse had to be his teammate back then. Who now does the games for Oakland and has for many, many years. Got a chance to talk to him briefly tonight before tonight's game. I should have went over and asked him in between innings. He would have told me.
Yep. So Shin-Soo Choo the batter, and he's down 0-2 to Gonzalez. Choo a ground out and a walk. Previous 2 times he was at the plate tonight. Choo lays off that one.
There's
Ray
Raymond.
Fosse, yeah.
Good guy, good player. See, they're pointing to him. Mike Hegan just got it from the radio side, said that we got you on. I got you on, pal.
Choo fouls that one away.
What a good guy. See, there's Hegan. Now, Higgy played for the Oakland A's in 72 and 73 when they won it. And, of course, Ray was over there, too, at that time. I believe his last year was 70. What, here was 70 after his rookie year.
Choo a strikeout victim. Tagged by the catcher Suzuki. Gonzalez out of the 5th. We go to the 6th. 1-0 A's. $1.98 at any Northeast Ohio Marks location.
So head into your nearest Marks, where you'll find a huge selection at low prices every day.
Rice Krispie treats sound very good right now. Let's go to the 6th inning. A's lead at 1-0.
I heard you eat those every day.
I don't know where you got that rumor from. It's Kuzmanov, Suzuki, and Sweeney. Heart of the order for the A's, who lead at 1-0. But Mitch Talbot has really found his groove here, and he gets a strike.
Well,
so first inning was tough, but boy, Rick, these last 4 have been very impressive.
Well, he does that, and as the game goes on, when he starts locking in and finds that strike zone, he can go a couple innings where I said he can give you a 6-pitch inning where guys are going to get aggressive because they want to get to him early, and he can have some low-pitch innings. And he's got a way about him, man. He really does. The moxie out there. He just never gets overexcited. He just stays focused, and eventually he gets his job done.
Threw only 8 pitches last inning. There's 82 for the game now. 1-2 to Kuzmanov, but keeping that pitch low, and he gets those ground ball outs too. He's had 9 ground ball outs today. 14 of 21 first pitch strikes now. That one just foul. And let's take a look at tonight's Miller Tastes Greatness moment. Kevin Kuzmanov, first pitch he sees.
I remember that. Grand Salami. Was that September 2nd, I believe? The September 2nd, 2006. Hafner got hit in the face the day before, and up comes Kuzmanov. His first swing of the bat was a Grand Salami.
Amazing. Tonight's Miller Tastes Greatness moment. What a thrill that had to be.
I bet he had a Miller after that moment. There's no doubt.
He's come back here from an 0-2 hole to work the count full against Mitch Talbot. Talbot tonight has given up 2 hits through 5 innings. So in his last 2 starts, he's throwing, or his third now counting tonight, he's thrown 19 innings and surrendered just 9 hits. That one foul into the seats, center right.
Well, the unfortunate thing in this ball game, they're still trailing by 1. And it was that first inning error that started off the game off Coco Crisp. And then he walked Cust in the first inning. And it's 1-0. So he's still down a run, so he's got to stay tough.
And he got the outside corner at the knees. Good pitch for Talbot. His 5th strikeout tonight. Kuzmanov out number 1 in the 6th inning.
Well, check it out. He paints the outside corner. That's about as good as it gets right there. And, I mean, Mike Redmond wasn't given the target there. He had more of the play, but he just threw a perfect pitch, and that is where you're a hitter. You tip your cap, you walk back, and you say, well, couldn't hit it anyway.
So Kuzmanov a strikeout victim for the 2nd time tonight. Kurt Suzuki the batter. That's a good breaking pitch for Mitch Talbot.
Yeah, things are starting to roll. He's throwing them all for strikes now.
Suzuki hit the ball hard. Jason Donald made a nice play in the 1st inning to retire a runner at 2nd on the fielder's choice. Then he grounded out to 2nd his next time up. There's Jason. That jersey always seems to be dirty for Jason Donald. One of those throwback guys that just plays hard.
No, it's no fun turning your uniform in after the game clean.
Especially when you don't have to wash it.
Might as well just hang it up. That's exactly right. You don't have to take it home to mom or anybody.
No.
Tony and his staff take care of it.
They do a great job. Whoa, tough play for Peralta. He knocked it down, but that's it. And Suzuki will be safe at first base. I would think that would be a base hit. That was a rocket off Suzuki's bat.
Well, let's take another look at it. You can see it is a one-hopper, and I'll tell you, it's a do-or-die play right there. It went off the heel of his glove.
They gave him an error.
That's a single. Don't look at the scoreboard. The scoreboard room will always burn you. You just wait till what that. We got to wait and see, man. The Walrus will let you know.
They changed it to a base hit. You were right on it, Rick. As you always are.
Well, you just wait. Don't watch the scoreboard. These guys will trick you. They put up what they think it's going to be. You had it right. Your gut feeling said it was hit hard. It's got to be a base hit. Go with your gut instinct.
So just the third hit of the night for the A's. And the first one by a player that's not Derek Barton. So now Ryan Sweeney to the plate with the runner on first and one away here in the sixth inning. And there goes the runner, and a pitch hit right where Donald vacated. Base hit to center, but it was hit so hard. Stopping at second base is Kurt Suzuki.
Well, that was a pretty hit and run. I mean, they're up 1-0. They want to try and get something going. Bob Guerin says, hey, we can't sit back and just wait. This kid's settling in. So they start the runner, and then all of a sudden Sweeney gets the ball and stayed on it. He didn't try to pull it. And hits a line drive. And it's a good thing it was right at Trevor Crowe. It would have been first and third. You see, that's what they're thinking. But no siree. As you mentioned, it was hit very hard. Crowe with a good throwing arm. It's now first and second with one out.
And the Indians with a couple of players getting loose in the bullpen now. It's Hector Ambrose and Tony Sipp. So now the A's with a little something going here. Runners at first and second base, one out. And Jack Cust, who's walked twice in his only two previous plate appearances, is in the batter's box. And he takes strike one. Jack Cust, 31 years old. Always dangerous, seems especially so against the Indians. He's batted .300 in his career against the Tribe. Just off the plate there. Well, Mitch Talbot would love a double play ball here to get out of this one.
Yes, he would. And Jack Cust is a guy who's got a pretty good eye at the plate. I mean, he's walked his first two times up, but rarely does he go out of the zone to swing at pitches.
And that's outside. So 2-1 to Jack Cust. With two aboard and one away here in the sixth inning. Oakland with the 1-0 lead. And the way Gio Gonzalez is going, you don't want Oakland to get much more on the scoreboard. Suzuki at second. Sweeney at first. Swing and a miss there. So now 2-2 to Cust.
There you go. He was trying to hit one a long way, and it was just above his zone. Just had that slight uppercut, swings underneath it.
Two and two to Jack Cust. He checked his swing. He checked it in time, says Paul Schreiber at third. So once again, the count goes full to Jack Cust.
Yes, he did. He held it back. That's a fourth full count now for Mitch. He's going to have to make a pitch here.
Mark Ellis is on deck. He would be next. Payoff pitch coming to Cust. And it's inside. Third straight time Jack Cust has drawn a walk tonight from Mitch Talbot. And now the bases are loaded with one out. And while we have a moment, let's head back to the studios and find out what the Minnesota Twins are doing with Dave Chudowski. Dave?
All right, Al, thanks. If you're keeping track of the standings, you're keeping track of the Twins. But here's the Rays' Evan Longoria, ground rule double. That scores Carl Crawford. That's off Scott Faker. And it's 1-0 right now, Rays. Back to you.
All right, Dave, and it looked like the Twins had a victory all sewn up last night. 2 outs, nobody on in the 9th inning, up by a run.
Until that combo did the same thing.
Yep.
Crawford scored from first base on a ball down in the left field corner.
The exact same thing. You know, Crawford and Longoria, very, very clutch hitters for Tampa.
Well,
they got that win last night.
We'll get a look at them for 4 games coming up next weekend, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Down at the Trop.
Mitch Talbot in a jam here. Bases loaded with 1 out, and pitch number 100 is lined by Ellis towards the gap in left center, and that will go to the wall. 2 runs are in. Cuss coming around third. He'll be held there, and the A's lead at 3-0, and a big base hit by Mark Ellis. The double drives in 2.
Yeah, Mark Ellis wasn't going to wait. He was going to jump on him early, figuring, okay, he just walked that guy. He's got to come in and get ahead of me. He picked on a fastball. He tried to sink it in there. Coming in, couldn't get it. Finds the gap. And that's going to do it for Mitch Talbot tonight. That double right there. He'll be down 3-0. It's only the 5th hit. 3 of them in this inning.
So Talbot can't get the win tonight, and we have a pitching change coming up, brought to you by H.H. Gregg. More on that when we come back. Keep it here on Sports Time Ohio. On the hill for the Indians.
Sip appearing for the 34th time this year. 27 hits in his 25 and a third innings. Also 27 strikeouts. Tony starting to reel it back in, and that's a tough inning for Mitch Talbot. He had everything under control, struck out Kuzmanov on a 3-2 pitch. And then a couple of base hits, the walk to Cust, and then the next thing you know, you're out of a ball game. It happened so quickly to him. And now they're going to have to try and hold it right here with runners at second and third. Still just 1 out.
So the Indians not out of it as the A's have 2 home. A chance to get a couple more. Gabe Gross, the first batter that Tony Sipp will face as he delivers the strike. Gross, a ground out victim, his previous 2 times out. To short in the 2nd inning, to second. The ball was slowed down a bit by Talbot in the 4th. So 2 runs home. A's up 3-0. Tony Sipp just off the plate there. Lefty's hitting .256 against Sipp this year. Righty's batting .309. And now 2-1 to Gross. A couple of switch hitters follow Gross, Pennington and Crisp in the A's lineup. And Derek Barton, another lefty. So There's the base runners. Cust on third. Ellis there on second base after that big 2 RBI double.
Yes. That's the equalizer right there. Looking for a fastball and a 2-1 count. And Tony Sipp throws a very good slider. Once you get it started, you can't hold up.
So the count evens to Gabe Gross. Sipp would love the punch out here. 3-2. Well, these A's hitters tonight, Rick, they've shown some patience.
You know, this isn't a lineup like they used to be, as patient as they did. You know, a lot of times they would sit there and every guy would take about 5 pitches and then at bat, but they don't hit for as much power, so they try and swing the bat a little earlier in the count.
That one grounded to first, and that is a foul ball. And it's a good thing because Cust was off and running with contact. He would have scored.
Well, when you have a 3-0 lead, that's what you do. You're going to try and stay aggressive. You're going to anything on the ground, those guys are running. And he did have a good jump. You're right. The ball was hit hard. He was out in front of it. Laporta picks it, and even if he could have done anything there, that run would have scored. Your boy Joe West out there said foul ball.
Yes, he did. He made the call. Full count to Gross once again. Ball 4. So Sipp walks the first batter he faces, and once again, the A's have him loaded with 1 out here in the 6th inning, trying to add on to this 3-0 lead. Already 2 runs home. Now the 9th batter, and Bob Guerin's lineup, and look at this. Is Alvaro Espinoza over in the Oakland dugout?
Oh, there it is. That's funny. I was just telling my grandkids about that today. You know, with the bubbles on the hats and stuff and going back, and I'll be darned if we don't see it.
Well, the A's up 3-0, so they're feeling pretty good in that dugout. Trying to add on as Pennington fouls that one straight back.
Well, I want to send along a happy 21st birthday to Gretchen Sipos, who is the niece of our own Jeff Sipos, who works in the Indians organization and has for many, many years. Now Jeff is out in Goodyear taking care of the complex out there. So, but Gretchen, happy birthday.
Good pitch by Sipp there. Inside corner at the knees for 0-2 now to Pennington, who struck out back in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 5th. Bases are loaded. Cust at third, Ellis at second base. Right after the walk, Gross at first. But an 0-2 count here to Pennington, who swings and misses. Boy, Tony Sipp just blew him away there with the fastball.
Well, he had the chance to the hitter before. He ended up walking him, but he comes right back and gets this one. One more big out to go to keep this a 3-run ball game, and you don't want him to get any more. And there was no, hey, here you go. You hit it. It's my fastball. He swung through it. You get the strikeout. No tricks.
So Pennington strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. 6th strikeout for Indians pitching, the first for Tony Sipp, who's on in relief of starter Mitch Talbot here in the 6th inning. And now Coco Crisp with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He looks at a pitch down low, so the way Crisp has been hitting lately, this doesn't get very easy for Sipp here. Crisp 0 for 3 tonight. Safely reached on an error. Credited to Jason Donald back in the 1st inning. And he scored that first A's run. Another good pitch by Sipp. That's the one he threw to Pennington, that fastball at the knees. And, Rick, if he's throwing that pitch, it makes it awfully tough on the hitters.
Well, Tony's just got to get back. He's got to get some more confidence back. You know, he had a little slump there, but he's been throwing the ball much better, and it's all a matter of being aggressive and keeping the ball down and throwing strikes.
Swinging a miss there. Another nice pitch from Tony Sipp. A little off speed with the slider.
You know, this bullpen of the Indians in this streak has been so good. They've gone 9 in the 3rd innings before coming into the night. There's a slider. have given up 3 hits, walked 1, and struck out 9. So, I mean, they've been outstanding. So just continue to stay aggressive. They're throwing strikes, and it's been to about a 70% ratio.
Sip trying to do the job here and get out of the inning without further damage, and yes, he does. Comes in and strikes out Pennington, and then Crisp. And the A's, after getting 2 runs, are done. They add those 2 to make it a 3-0 score. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th at Progressive Field. Bottom of the 6th here at Progressive Field as the sun sets on another gorgeous night in Cleveland. But the Indians trailing the A's 3-0. It'll be the heart of the order. Santana, Kearns, Peralta, hitters 3, 4, and 5 in Maniacta's lineup. Santana DHing tonight, and he hits that one off the end of the bat and broke it to left field. Cruising over is Gabe Gross for out number 1. Time now for the Toyota recap, brought to you by the Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Cust with the bases loaded walk in the first inning. And then Mitch Talbot was cruising until the 6th. And Mark Ellis, big 2 RBI double to get Oakland's other 2 runs. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. 3-0 A's here, 6th inning. 1 out now for Austin Kearns.
Well, the Indians have not been able to do anything with Gonzalez. Only the 1 hit that off the bat of Jason Nix, and that was questionable because Kuzmanov made a nice diving stop and a wide throw at first. But other than that, 4 walks, and that has been it for the base runners.
Austin Kearns, a flyout victim to right, his previous 2 times up, and fouls that one out of play. And once again, Gonzalez ahead of the hitter, 1 and 2 here. He's only thrown 79 pitches as well, Rick. You're in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. So Gonzalez, you would imagine, still has something left in the tank. Kearns a grounder to third, and that one is a foul ball.
Looked like it hit the grass line going down the third baseline and kicked foul. It's going to be fair for a while.
Yeah.
It bounces, watch it hit the grass. Corner of the grass and kick left. Boom, there it goes. It was a fair ball if it hits the grass solidly. Gonzalez today, the difference in you talk about his pitch count, 7 counts, 0-2, 1-2 to Indians hitters, and that's always a good sign when a pitcher can do that.
That's what Tim Belcher and Maniac have been preaching to try pitchers all season, and you're seeing it here by the opposition tonight. Gio Gonzalez. True of any pitcher. You get ahead, obviously. You put yourself in a great position. Just like he did there, and gets the strikeout as he paints the outside corner. 4th strikeout tonight. Austin Kearns, the 2nd out of the inning.
Well, plan a family outing at a Sunday Tribe game and save big with the new KeyBank Fun Bunch 4-pack. Buy 4 tickets, spend $40. You get $40 to spend on food and drinks. 4 Indians hats and a parking pass for just $96. The Fun Bunch 4-pack. Nice deal.
It is indeed. And unfortunately, the crowd here tonight hasn't had a whole lot to cheer about as the Indians are trailing 3-0. 2 outs here in the 6th inning for Johnny Peralta. Grounded out to Gonzalez his first time up. Flew out to center fielder Crisp his last time up back in the 4th inning. And it's 1-1 to Johnny Peralta. Now batting .251 on the season. 5 homers, 34 runs batted in for the Tribe third baseman. And he hits that one off the fists, I believe. It's going to drop in there for a base hit. Little Texas leaguer, just the second hit of the night for the Tribe. Peralta aboard with 2 outs in the 6th.
Well, he's going to need some Texas leaguers. We're getting down there starting Monday. So this one falls in. Second hit for the Indians, coming with 2 outs, though. But they take it.
So Peralta aboard for Matt Laporta, who walked in the 2nd inning, flew out to left in the 4th. Matt trying to keep his streak going of home runs in a game. 3 consecutive games with a homer. I'll take that pitch outside. Be nice to go deep here. Get the Indians within a run.
Yeah, you just keep it going. Keep the line going. Home runs come. And Matt has homered in 3 straight games against Toronto. But there you go. Base hit. I like that. I like that right there.
Solid job of hitting by Matt Laporta. And now the Indians with 2 aboard here in the 6th inning for Jason Nix.
There you go. You just keep it right on rolling. You know, a lot of times hitters do. They say, I want to hit a home run or I want to get gritty. Just keep base runners on base. Rallies happen from good at bats. And when you keep building and keep building, there's a good swing by Laporta. So now you've got back-to-back singles, and now let's move it along. Jason Nix, it's your turn.
And Nix had an infield single back in the 4th inning, the Tribe's first hit of the night. We'll try to deliver here. We'll take that pitch inside for a ball. And Matt Laporta now with that last base hit. Took a 300 batter since they called him up on Sunday, and he really does. Since he went down to Columbus, boy, he has gotten into a groove, and it's continued now here at the major league level. Swing and a miss for Nix there. 91 on the fastball from Gio Gonzalez. That was the 4-seamer. And when you can throw some of those breaking pitches slower, if you've got a 91-mile-per-hour fastball, that could look mid-90s, can it, with the slow breaking stuff he throws?
Absolutely. I mean, he's proven he can throw that curveball for a strike. So, you know, those hitters, when they get the fastball, you don't want to foul it off. There's the good curveball. You can see that's coming in at about 78 miles per hour. So you figure another 14. Michael Wirtz up in the A's bullpen. The thing of it is, but that's the key to pitching. You know, when you're throwing that ball, actually it doesn't matter how hard it's coming. Jamie Moyer can jam a hitter, as we witnessed in Philadelphia, and he's throwing 82. There you go. You don't miss it.
On a line to left, and they'll hold the runner at third. Had to, as that ball got to left field in a hurry. And a pretty good throw home there by Gabe Gross, a little bit up the line, but still, he would have had the runner there, Peralta,
good
by a
job.
mile.
That's okay. You keep it going. Now, Jason Nix did his job, got a base hit. And Gabe Gross has a good arm in left field. And believe me, I've talked to Steve Smith enough. He says, with 2 outs, I'm sending my runner. He couldn't send his runner right here because Peralta's the runner. And look, he's not even to third base. This guy's got the ball and throwing it in. He has to hold him up. I mean, the ball was hit hard. He couldn't try. He couldn't even attempt to try. You're down 3-0. Believe me, if there's any chance, he would have taken it.
And for the second time tonight, Kurt Young, the pitching coach, goes to the mound to talk to Gio Gonzalez, who appeared to be cruising here through the 6th. Retired the first 2 Indians hitters, Santana and Kearns, in quick order.
See, here's the case where when you DH Santana and you're catching Redmond, your other catcher, you can't pinch hit here. You have no other catchers. If you were to pinch hit for Mike Redmond here, then you lose your DH because Santana has to go in. So Mike Redmond has to hit. Hopefully he can find a hole.
He's 0 for 2 tonight, and he takes strike one. Both times went to right field, lined out in the second inning, and flew out to shallow right in the fourth. So the Indians, with 3 consecutive singles, have loaded the bases here in the 6th inning. But there are 2 outs. Mike Redmond asked to deliver here. Checks his swing, held up. So 1-1. Redmond, as we said, 0 for 2 tonight, but 2 for 2 in his career coming in against Gio Gonzalez. So 2 for 4 against the A's lefty. So we get a look at the base runners. Peralta at third. Laporte at second. Nix at first. And Redmond to right field. Base hit. 1 run is in. Up with the ball quickly is Sweeney. Oh, he threw to first. He got him there. The run won't count. He got Redmond at first base. We talked about that shallow right field play of Ryan Sweeney, and they just threw Redmond out at first. It's a forced play. The run does not count.
Oh, boy, I did not even see that coming. I was looking at it. He's out by plenty. Unbelievable.
We go to the 7th. AT.com. AT&T, rethink possible. Buy the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job. And by Wendy's. You know when it's real. Wendy's. Gorgeous night tonight in downtown Cleveland. And, oh, Rick, we saw something that I haven't seen, but I know you have. A 9-3 putout at first base.
Well, I've seen it in the big leagues before, but I mean, it's been a long time. We talked about him playing shallow all night, and he was thinking about it right from the get-go. And I mean, it wasn't even close at first. Nothing Redmond can do.
No, he
did his job. He got a base hit, but that base hit turned into a 9-3 out, and the run didn't score. That could have been the 4th hit, but I mean, what do you do? They're playing you shallow. There's not much more you can do.
So Mike Redmond, a put-out victim at first, 9-3, and a new pitcher for the Tribe, brought to you by H.H. Gregg, Hector Ambrose. He'll face Barton, Kuzminoff, and Suzuki. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 here in the 7th inning. Well, you never know what you might see when you come to the ballpark.
Isn't that the truth?
So 1-1 to Derek Barton, who was on the other end of that 9-3 play. He singled his first 2 times up, then he flew out to right in the 5th inning. A's have only 5 hits tonight. Barton has 2 of them. It's been a little while since we've seen Hector Ambrose, Rick.
Well, it's been, what, this is 8 days now. And his last outing, he's struggled. It was in Philadelphia.
Ball hit hard on the ground to second, right at Jason Nix. 1 down. Now through July 10th, fans who purchase Cleveland Browns new full season tickets for the 2010 season will also receive 2 free tickets to Cedar Point. And if you text the word Browns to 31962, you'll be entered for the chance to win 2 tickets to the Browns home opener. Standard text messaging and rates apply. Visit stohd.com for full info. So 1 out here in the 7th inning for the A's. And Kevin Kuzminov, the batter. Kuzminov struck out twice, grounded into a double play his other time up in the 3rd inning. Facing Hector Ambrose for the first time. And he grounds it to 3rd. Peralta. 2 down.
Well, you can load your Indians game tickets with extra value with the new Ticket Plus program. You can add cash value to your game tickets to spend on food, beverages, and merchandise at the ballpark. You load your ticket with $8 and get an additional $2 free. Go to Indians.com for the details.
2 down now for Kurt Suzuki. The A's cleanup hitter tonight. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. Grounded out to 2nd in the 3rd. And last time up in the 6th, he singled and scored a run on the Mark Ellis double. And he's swinging early here in the count. Jason Donald. A's quickly 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the 7th. Stretch time in Cleveland. We'll go to the bottom. A's lead it by 3. And Gio Gonzalez, Rick, very effective tonight.
Well, 3 of those hits came with 2 outs last inning and thought we had a 4th.
Yeah. Here's Jason Donald to lead it off for the 3rd time tonight. He's been at the plate 3 times now, and he's led off an inning all 3 times. And the Indians have yet to get their leadoff hitter aboard tonight against Gio Gonzalez.
Well, we talked about the splits on Gonzalez, where an 8-game start, he's 4-2 at home with a, what's he got, a 168 batting average. On the road, much different, 2-3 with a 544. That pretty much mirrors the same pitching that the A's have. They have a 508 on the road, which is the 3rd highest in the league, and they've got the lowest at home at a 288. I've got a shutout going tonight, and this guy's pitching a whale of a game.
Donald fouls that one away, 2-2. And you know, Rick, to be fair, the Indians' 5-game hitting streak, as we discussed earlier, it's all about their pitching and defense. Their pitching staff 5-0, all 5 wins to a different starter, a 1.80 ERA during the streak, and opponents were batting just 198 against him, while the offense has only batted 248, and they have hit 8 home runs. And Jason Donald, a strikeout victim here. Gio Gonzalez tonight is, boy, he's
had a great curveball.
Yep.
I mean, that has been the equalizer. You know, he's moving that fastball around, and he hasn't been able to spot that fastball. But when he's thrown that curveball, he can throw it for strikes at any time. When he hits in the strike zone with his fastball, he locks you up. I think a lot of guys are looking for maybe that breaking ball. And, you know, he's walked 4. Those coming in back-to-back innings in the second and the third, with 2 outs in the second, with 1 out in the third. But, boy, they've haven't been able to do much with him. They had him on the ropes last inning, but there were 2 outs.
Strike percentage just over 61% as now Trevor Crowe is quickly down on the count, 0-2. Crowe 0 for 2 tonight, had a walk back in the third inning. Gio Gonzalez has been very good on the mound tonight. Began dreaming of playing professional baseball, he said, at age 3. A line drive foul into the seats for Trevor Crowe. Crowe, the University of Arizona product. And that's tough, Rick, when, you know, now 7 straight innings, the Indians haven't got the leadoff man aboard. So even when you get guys on, the pitcher's got that advantage of at least 1 or 2 outs. Grounder to third. Kuzmanov charging, throwing on the run, making a nice play. 2 down.
Well, stop by the Summit Mall Team Shop in Fairlawn for all your Indians authentic team merchandise needs and your game tickets as well.
We've got those holiday hats there on sale as well. So 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning for Gonzalez, and now Shin-Soo Choo, who grounded out and struck out, sandwiched a walk in between there in the 3rd inning against Gonzalez tonight. So the Indians' 5-game winning streak in jeopardy here. They trail at 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and nobody on. Two 2-0 now to Choo.
Did you have an opportunity to see any of the Chew Crew T-shirts they have made
did.
going
Those
out
are pretty
tonight?
slick.
Yeah, they really are. You know, it's a nice deal. You get out to right field, you get the Chew Crew. And on college night, which is tonight, College ID, you can get a Chew Crew T-shirt and a ticket for $15. Nice deal.
And Choo drives that one to left. But right there is Gross, and oh, he just kept drifting back, and over his head it goes. Choo on his way to second. That'll go for a double. Boy, it appeared that Gross had a beat on that, Rick, but he just kept drifting and never quite got back to where it was going.
Most left-handers cannot drive the ball to left field. Choo is an exception. Left-handers usually slice the ball out there and they hit it in front of you. This one had some carry to it. He put a good swing on that fastball, and Choo's strong. And I think this ball may have fooled Gross a little bit as it gets over his head. Not many guys do it. It's not an easy play. Left field is tough. Most left-handers hit it in front of you. Unlike in right field where they drive the ball to right and right center, the right-handers, left-handers do not do that.
He'll choose one of those guys that can drive the ball, and he just drove.
been pitching lights out, man. He had a 21 at-bat hitless streak snapped on Tuesday. Now opponents are 3 for 40 over his last 14 games. So he has been getting the job, and that's why he's getting the ball. But, again, that double coming with 2 outs. So a tough thing to go. You're going to have to stay clutch.
Well, Carlos Santana takes a good rip there. Strike 1 to Santana. Craig Breslow, the former tribesman, had his 21 at-bat hitless streak snapped on Tuesday. Opponents are now 3 for 40 against him, Rick, over his last 14 games, an 0.29 average. So exactly what you said. He's quickly ahead 0-2 to Santana. When you've got a streak like that going, your manager's going to get you in there quite a bit.
Absolutely. You're going to ride that wave, baby.
Santana 0 for 3 tonight. He's got Chu out there at second base. One and 2 now to Santana. Now the Indians tonight have 5 hits now, and they've all come with 2 outs. They're 0 for 14 with less than 2 outs. 5 for 11 with 2 outs.
Hard to figure out, isn't it?
Got it. Pitch, yep, on the corner. Breslow got him with the fastball. Santana, a strikeout victim, and the A's get out of the 7th inning. We'll go to the 8th. Oakland still ahead, 3-0. Seven in the Oakland batting order. And Ryan Sweeney starts things off with a foul ball off the facing of the A's dugout. You know, as we've talked about, the Indians have won 5 in a row, Rick, but the A's have been hot as well. They've won 5 of their last 6.
Right.
So well, they're a team that comes in here going pretty well.
And a guy that started for them that was 2-0 against the Indians. And they've won 7 of their last 8 games against the Tribe. So I don't know what it is. It seems like when we go out to Oakland, we can't win a ball game, or we have an awful tough time.
A's with that weekend sweep back in April, and Hector Ambrose, good pitch there. Sweeney couldn't find it. Strikeout for Ambrose, his first tonight. 7th for the Tribe. And tonight after the game, join Chuck Galletti for Chuck's Last Call, presented by PNC Bank. Of course, he'll have the bottom 9 for you. He'll take your calls and emails following the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. That's Chuck's Last Call, presented by PNC Bank. It's tonight after the game right here on STO. So 1 out for Jack Cust, who doesn't have an official at bat tonight. He's walked 3 previous plate appearances. And you talked about Cust being a good hitter, Rick, and patient hitter. Well, his dad has the Jack Cust Baseball Academy in their hometown of Flemington, New Jersey. So he's constantly in the cage over the winter. In fact, he even works for his dad in the offseason.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, with his name, you're in the big leagues. You can go back there and add some credibility.
Hits that one hard to right. Chu dives, can't come up with it. Cust on his way to second base. Chu up throwing, and it's close at second, but Cust is in there. Safe with a double.
That's both good hustle by Chu trying to dive and make this catch, and it's also good hustle by Cust to get himself in scoring position. Nothing to lose once he sees that ball bounce out of the glove. Looked like Chu had it, just couldn't hold on to it. Tough play coming in because you're going to push that ball out of your glove when you're diving forward like this. If you don't get the tip of your glove up, and you can see it rolls out. And then Chu will take a look and see he's going to second base, so let me gun him down. It was awfully close. Good hustle all the way around on that play. Boy, that was close, wasn't it?
Sure was. Tagged him at the waist, and Cust got that foot in there just a split second before. And we've got a pinch runner on now for Cust. Rajay Davis is into the game. There he is. Where's number 11? So the A's with the runner at second. Nobody out for Mark Ellis, who has 2 RBI tonight. So he hit that double his last time up in the 6th and drove in 2 to make this a 3-0 game.
Yeah, after the walk to Cust, they come out, they had a little chat on the mound, and the very next pitch, first pitch fastball, he drilled in the gap. That was the big blow in the ball game.
Breaking pitch there by Ambriz. 1-1 now to Mark Ellis. And how effective was Jack Cust tonight, Rick? 3 walks and a double. And as you said, that last walk, following him, Mark Ellis got that double to score. And the other time, Cust walked tonight in the first inning, he forced in a run.
Yeah.
So those walks were right at the center of the A's scoring. A broken bat there for Ellis. Shallow pop to right. Chu makes the catch for 1 down.
Well, it's getting to become that time of year again. The CIC Cleveland Indians Charities will put on their golf classic. As always, it'll be August 9th out at Quail Hollow Golf Resort. Beautiful day. It's a great day had by all. You can join the celebrities, some Indians, Browns, Cavs alumni as well. And it really is a fun day. Eat out there at the golf course, and afterwards you have a little presentation. Call 216-420-4013 and register for your fivesome. Or come on out as an individual, however you want to play.
Always a great time. That's my favorite outing. Everybody seems to have such a good time with that. And since it's a 6-man scramble, everybody has a chance to get a good score, every group, because
you better get a good score, but it's never going to be good enough to win out there. It doesn't matter. You can shoot, if you shoot a 20, someone will shoot 21.
I've noticed
you come in with a score,
yep.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
And our group will go against your group this year. I'm going to pencil whip you.
You probably will.
You tell me your score, and then I'm going to go. I'll get one down.
You'll one up me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What'd you have, Al, a -8? Well, we were a -9.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm kidding. We were a -16. No, I was kidding. We were a -17.
I've got connections over there.
Yes, you do. You're the veteran. Gabe Gross now with a 1-1 count. And that's second base. Davis.
Good try.
He's back.
Good try. A guy that wants to bounce around out there, go ahead and put a play on it. Donald sneaks in behind him, and it was a decent throw there by Ambriz.
Well, Davis has been dancing around there at second base since he came on as a pinch runner, too. So the Indians are aware of him. Gabe Gross walked his last time up. There's Davis. Two and one now. Gross also grounded out in the second inning and grounded out in the fourth. So Davis at second base with 2 away here in the 8th inning. He's already ahead here, 3-0. Hector Ambrose trying to make sure it stays right there. Three and 1 to Gross with Pennington on deck. Jason Donald's going to talk to Hector Ambrose. There's Cliff. Well, it appears Davis has succeeded at least in making the Indians think about him on second, and maybe just a tiny bit of a distraction to Ambrose.
Well, maybe. He shouldn't be concerned. There's 2 outs in the inning. You got to take care of the hitter. You can't worry about that guy out there now. Get your out.
Get the batter, and it doesn't matter. Strike 2 there to Gabe Gross. So the count full to Gross. Hector Ambrose trying to get through his second consecutive inning of relief unscathed. Crowd getting into it. They've been waiting for something to cheer for tonight. It's the hometown team down by 3. That 5-game winning streak in jeopardy. Davis running. Pitch, strike 3.
So I said, don't worry about it. Make your pitch.
Get the batter. Ambrose does his second strikeout of the inning. The A's are done in the 8th. Bottom half coming up next. 3-0 Oakland. Some runs here as they trail the A's 3-0. Should get a look at the American flag on July 4th weekend here. Some of the fans, decent crowd tonight for patriotic fireworks after the game, want to cheer, but Kearns doesn't give them much there. Ground out to third base, and Craig Breslow, who stays on in relief, gets his second straight out. 1 away for the Tribe in the 8th inning. Johnny Peralta now the batter. This is Breslow's 12th career appearance against Cleveland. He's gone 11 innings now. Given up 5 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, and the ERA just dipped below 1.74. Three runs on 6 hits for the A's tonight. No runs on 5 hits for the Tribe. And once again, another inning goes by, Rick, without getting that leadoff batter on.
Yeah. Well, the only time they've gotten guys on base is 2 outs. That's it, all game long. Walks. Well, they did in the third inning. They had 1 out walks.
But you're right on the hits. They haven't gotten a hit until there's two outs. 5 hits, all with at least 2 outs.
That's a tough way to go, man. It's a tough way to score. Unless you're hitting long balls.
That's one thing the Indians have been able to do, especially here on this winning streak and of late. They've homered in 10 of their last 11 games and 19 of their last 24. They're 11th in the American League now in homers. But in June, we saw that power surge pick up. But blanks here tonight. As Peralta fouls that one away, and it's 2-2. Matt Laporta's on deck as the Indians try and generate some offense here in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. Craig Breslow has his second strikeout. And he's come on and retired 3 straight tri batters, and there are 2 away here in the 8th inning. Let's go back to our STO studios now. Check in with Dave Chudowski. Dave, what's happening with the Tigers?
Al, this game is 1 out away. The Tigers right now up 7-1. Johnny Damon a laser to the seats. A 2-run homer, his 4th of the year. And that game in the top of the 9th, almost over. Back to you.
All right, Dave. So the Tigers looking like they'll take care of Seattle tonight. Tigers just a game back of Minnesota in the American League Central.
And they're getting beat 1-0 in the 5th in Minnesota. Price has got a no-hitter going against Minnesota in that ball game.
Oh, Price, what a year he's having.
Yes, he is.
Now Laporta takes a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 to Matt, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Walked in the 2nd inning. Flew out in the 4th inning. Singled last time up. He's on a 5-game hitting streak. And he fouls that one away. So he's down 1-2 to Breslow. How about that, Rick? 3 right-handers coming up. Kearns, Peralta, and Laporta here in the 8th inning. And Bob Guerin stayed with Craig Breslow, the left-hander.
That's how well he's been throwing the baseball. I mean, the manager knows his pitchers and knows, you know, if he can get guys out, right-handers, left-handers, it doesn't matter. He's got the good closer in Bailey, but Breslow has really been dealing.
Breslow making that look like the right decision here.
You know, and it's nice when you can carry a couple of pitchers on your staff where it's not matchup all the time, where all he has to do is face left-handers. If he can stay in there and get righties out, boy, you're a bonus.
And he gets Laporta. So Breslow retires 4 straight Indians batters, 3 of those 4 strikeout victims. We'll go to the 9th. Tribe still trailing it 3-0.
Athletics leading 3-0. And the Indians due to bring on their 5th pitcher of the night. It's going to be Rafael Perez. Coming on for the 33rd time. Has been pitching very well. Had a great month of June. Did not allow an earned run. So the left-hander has settled in and really put a little stability in that bullpen. So Perez coming on. He's due to face Pennington, Crisp, and Barton. Shelley Duncan remains in the game. Will go to left field. And over and right goes Austin Kearns. Well, I wonder what happened to Chu.
Yeah.
You don't take him out of the ball game at this time. Huh.
No, he made that diving attempt on that ball.
True.
In right field. Maybe something there.
Well, we'll have to find out.
So Pennington, the leadoff batter for the A's here in the 9th inning. He promptly swings at the first pitch from Rafael Perez and grounds out to Johnny Peralta. 1 out. Don't forget to stick around after the ball game here tonight. We'll take care of you on the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. We'll have highlights from this evening. Dave Chudowski will have highlights from around Major League Baseball. Plus, we also hope to have the manager, Manny Acta. So plenty to give you tonight when the game is over. It's the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. And then after that, Chuck Galletti and Chuck's Last Call. So 1 out for Coco Crisp here in the 9th inning. Coco 0 for 4 tonight. He was batting .407 since he came off the disabled list on June 22nd coming into tonight, so that's dropped. And he's been hot. Crisp, a strikeout victim his last 2 times up. Another foul ball. There's Andrew Bailey. We'll probably see him in the 9th.
Well, we will see him in the 9th. No question.
Right.
No question about it.
And Rafael Perez gets Pennington, and now he's ahead 1-2 to Crisp. Pounds that one in the ground foul. Eric, last few weeks with Rafael Perez, there's been a difference in him on the mound. You've seen more hitters pound that ball into the ground. He's gotten a lot more effective than he was the first couple of months. What's he doing differently? Anything you noticed?
I think it's command is what I think. He's throwing more strikes. He's getting ahead of hitters. And his ball, Rafi's always had a ball that moved a lot. You know, and when you fall behind hitters, you got to take things off. Half the time, I don't think he knows where it's going. You know, I don't know if it's under control more or what, but he's been much better. He had a good month of June, as I said.
Sure did. Since May 22nd, just 2 earned runs in his last 18 appearances.
You know, and when he was going well back in, 07 and 08, it didn't matter who he was facing. He could face lefties, righties. He didn't give up, much. Very few times would he give up hits. Hitters could not put it in or square up on the baseball.
And a swing and a miss. Well, he made Crisp chase that pitch outside and low a couple straight times there, and then he got him for the strikeout victim. His first tonight, 2nd out of the inning.
That ball just disappears. There you go. Now, they swing at that ball when you're ahead of them. When the hitter's ahead of you, it's 2-0, 3-1. They don't have to swing at that pitch. They can get a little more disciplined. So when he can get ahead early, that just makes him that much better.
So Crisp 0 for 5 tonight. He did reach on an error and score the first A's run. Derek Barton at the plate. 2 outs. Nobody on here in the 9th. Strike 1-2. Derek Barton, who a couple of singles his first 2 times up, then flew out and grounded out his last 2. Good pitch there by Perez. No, you're right.
Look at the count.
Yeah.
0-2.
He gets ahead, and you can just tell his command is so much better.
In April and May, you could bet on it that it was going to be a 2-0 count. And that's when they were hitting, both lefties and righties were hitting 350 to 370 off him. Now he's throwing strikes. He's ahead in the count, and they're having a battle.
Hope Barton would go fishing there, but he lays off. 1-2 now to Derek Barton. And the Indians bullpen, too, on this 5-game winning streak. Kerry Wood is really solidified in the back, and then you've got the guys that are setting it up and doing their job.
Kerry Wood has been pitching well, so everybody else has fallen into their spots.
Coming into this season, the Indians were hoping Rafael Perez would be that setup man. Barton fouls that one away, and it appears now he's rounding into that.
Well, and it also stems when Manny Actor's making moves, or there's times where he didn't want to go to the bullpen. It was atrocious. But when your starters go out there and give you 6-7 innings every night, and then you can call on guys to come give me 1 inning, and they know their roles, it's just so much different. And he's been on a nice roll. He's enjoyed it. It's been a lot more fun for him.
Here's a line drive right at the first baseman, Laporta. So Indians bullpen pitchers have not given up a run all week. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Tribe. They're down by 3. Andrew Bailey is in.
Bailey looking for his 16th save. His 32nd appearance, he's 0-2, a 169 earned run average, 23 punch-outs in 32 innings. Opposition hitting just 204 off Bailey. This guy's got a good arm, a good eye fastball. So the Indians are at the bottom part of their lineup at 7, 8, 9 due up. Breslow, what a great job he did. Yeah. Faced 4 hitters, struck out 3 of them.
So Breslow did the job, bridging it to the closer Bailey after a fine start tonight by Gio Gonzalez for the A's. And now Bailey will try to get the save and the shutout in his 100th career Major League appearance here this evening. And Jason Nix, the first batter, 2 for 2 tonight. Walked his other time up, and he'll take a strike from Andrew Bailey. Bailey with 2 saves and 3 career appearances against the Tribe. 15 for 18 in save opportunities this year. Well, the Indians haven't had their leadoff batter aboard tonight in any inning. Now would be a good time. Two and one now to Jason Nix. Nix will be followed by Mike Redmond and then Jason Donald here in the 9th. He fouls that one away. So 2-2 now to Jason Nix. Oakland trying to make it 6 wins in their last 7 games and also trying to end the Tribe's 5-game winning streak. There's Mike Redmond. He's on deck. Nix a grounder to third. Broke his bat, too. Kuzmanov, 1 away. So the Indians fail to get the leadoff batter on in any inning tonight, and now Mike Redmond will bat with 1 out and nobody on. The last time Michael was up, we saw one of the more interesting plays. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ryan Sweeney playing very shallow in right field. He hit it on the nose to him on 1 hop, and Sweeney came up and fired him out at first base. Indians and A's tomorrow night, 7:05. Catch Dave Chudowski. Indians on deck tomorrow at 6:30 to get you ready for it. Jake Westbrook on the hill for Cleveland. And quickly 0-2 here to Mike Redmond. Redmond to right center. Sweeney. That's where he's had him played all night. 2 down now, and Jason Donnell, the last hope for the Tribe. Well, Andrew Bailey's not messing around. 8 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 quicks out.
Yeah, this guy's got a good arm. He's a good closer.
Again, stay tuned after the game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show. After that, Chuck Galletti and Chuck's last call. Jason Donnell takes the ball from Andrew Bailey. One and one now. Donald, a lazy fly ball to center.